guys, welcome back to Polly's Paper Studio. I am Ginny, and today I am going to share with you how I create this section of the banner that has the vintage rabbit Easter printable from my shop. So this is going to be a fun and easy to create Easter decor item. So stick with me and we'll make this together. So I'm working with the printables from my shop. This is the vintage rabbit Easter greeting tag, and I printed it in just the size it comes. I didn't have to alter them at all. And I've got some sweet little bunnies here with different floral arrangements. And for my project, I picked the purple ones, which are right in the center. So I clipped those out and added an eyelet to the top so that I can wind some string through. And I want to give this tag some dimension. So I'm going to first start by adding a bit of craft foam to the back. So I have this new adhesive by Tombow that is the liquid glue, and I've been quite enjoying it. I also like the Mono Multi Glue, but I just wanted to try this one and see how it works, and so far I really like it. So I just clipped that foam to the size of the back of the tag, and I want to run this bit of twine through so that gives a nice finished detail to the top there, and that will be a nice secure fitting for that twine. I might as well clip off the excess now, and it will be ready to add to the base. So this is a 4x6 sheet of grape colored cardstock. I clipped that out in the iconic sort of banner shape, and then I added a layer of 110 pound, this is cover cardstock as opposed to index, and it's much thicker, it's much more sturdy. I want to add just a little extra detail to the printed paper. So for my pattern paper, I've cut this just 1/8 of an inch less and went ahead and notched out that shape again. I want to add a little extra detail, so I'm going to bring in this polka dot, and I added a little bit of adhesive to the top. And I'll take that tape off. Now I can add my coordinating pattern. So I'm just gonna line that up with the dovetail cut on the bottom and secure it, and then clip off the excess. So now I've got two patterns working on the front, and I'll just go ahead and add this panel to the cardstock. That's going to have that nice border. Before I add any other paper layers, I want to go ahead and add this trim now. So this is some lace from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I will link them in the description, and I'm just stapling this on. I think that adds a fun detail. So my next step is to punch holes in the top so that I can wind the ribbon through, and because it's going to be covered mostly with bows, close enough is good enough. Now I am ready to begin layering these paper layers. So I've got a very sweet little die cut doily cut in a just flat white 65 pound weight cardstock, and that is going higher than middle, just because I want to add a larger flower arrangement at the bottom. And I can bring that tag in now. You see how sweet that purple looks with the pattern paper. So I'm just going to continue using that wet adhesive. It works really well on the foam. And if you're working along for the whole banner, I would just put these sections together and set a book on it so that it will have time to adhere. And if you're working along for the whole banner, I would just put these sections together and set a book on it so that it will have time to adhere. I have a small floral arrangement here. These are some of those chrysanthemums that I picked up from Really Reasonable Ribbon, along with this sweet flower from Little Birdie Crafts. I've got some twine bows here and some die cut leaves, and that's just going to go right here at the bottom. And I'm also going to add 3 small coordinating. This time I'm going to go ahead and use that Tombow Mono Multi because I know it will hold that sequin on nicely. So while that is setting up, I will move on to the tags that I have in the center. So basically I took the pattern paper from the bottom of the banner shape and I just cut it into a tag shape. And then I added 2 holes to the top as well. So this is a metal rimmed mailing tag that I've just tied on with a little string. And I want to add a vintage button tied in the middle to that as well. So I've got most of my banner strung together here. And I just want to measure out how much more of this ribbon I want before I clip off the excess. I want to make sure that it'll go through these final elements and have enough left on the side so that it can be hung. And the best way to get that on is the over-under. Just loop it through. I think for trims that are a bit larger like this, you might as well give it a smaller tip by rolling it and then just push it through that hole. If you want to, you could add a metal eyelet, but I think with that many layers of paper it will be just fine, and the eyelet really isn't going to show anyway. So my tag in the middle of the banner shapes is going in the front, and then I want to keep on winding the ribbon through. So you could make this as wide as you like, just keep on adding portions, but I think 3 looks nice, and I wanted all the tags to coordinate, so I had 3 with the same flowers, and so I think 3 is going to work best for me. This is a really easy to create projects because all of the pieces are more or less the same, and you can make an assembly line out of it and just add them all together. Okay, so I've got that strung through, and once again that's going to go overlap that a little bit, and then I'm going to bring in 1 more of these bows. So this is that plaid ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon with a vintage bow and a second loopy twine bow on the top, and that just covers the top of the tag. So I'm going to add that with hot glue, and that banner is finished. So I can't get all of it on screen here, but I'll just slide it so you can see, and it does make a really sweet vintage inspired spring decor item, and it was very easy to make. So I will leave a link in the description for this printable. This was an instant download from the shop, so you can get it and use it right away. I printed this on the 65-pound weight cardstock, and I got a very good printing quality for that. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave me a comment and give me a like. And if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. You'll find links to our social media sites in the description below, as well as a link for that printable from my shop and for Really Reasonable Ribbon. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.